All right, y'all. I don't know why I said y'all. But we are going to do some lasers and feelings here on our T2T Tuesdays. Get some of this good stuff and get those feelings out and use lasers to destroy those feelings. Let's do that. So I'm going to really just give this right over to Kat, our amazing game master, storyteller, and lover of all things, including lasers and feelings. So shout out to John Harper for putting this together, for making this, because it's a song. What's the band that put this song out? Does anybody know?
The Double Clicks.
Yeah, the Double Clicks. That's what this system's written after, is the song from the Double Clicks. So check them out too, I guess. But thanks, John, for putting this together and making this system. It's super dope, and I love watching this, not just sitting over here clicking buttons. So, not double clicking buttons. See what I did there? All right, so I'll give it right over to you. Go ahead and take it, Kat.
Okay. The cosmos, our ultimate destination. This is the odyssey of HMS Raptor. Its 6-year directive to chart bizarre novel planets, to discover alien life forms and their cultures, to bravely venture where no person has ventured previously. On the previous episode of Lasers and Feelings, we see a bunch of cutscenes like, we've discovered that the captain has been taken over by something else. We show Marvin's character Zad saying it's something else, or it's something different, or it's something that your mom made. We show you approaching the giant planet of Alteas, where it's covered by these metal triangles. We show somebody doing a scan reading and go, my God, they're all humans. We see you go down to the planet and the mad captain, Sozeb, with his void crystals jammed all over his head. You meet Lieutenant Smuck and Lieutenant Simger, and they talk about M3L4N13. Eventually, you all realize that spells out Melanie. And then we also all realize that Cree, played by the wonderful Christina, who could not make it tonight, has actually been taken over by an evil entity known as the Void. And we end the episode with her character, Cree, appearing in the teleporter saying, "All hail the Void." Let's get some descriptions of the characters who are here, though. We're going to be starting with Dallas playing Vizax.
Hi, I'm Dallas. I'm playing a intrepid engineer named Vizax. He's just a little guy, but he can really create and work with almost anything in the galaxy that he's seen so far. That's why he likes to travel as far as possible. He wants to see what's out there that can be made to help people get farther places, and then fix things if we ever need to get back.
Okay, next up we have Marvin playing Zad Hannigan.
So, as you might have guessed from the name, Zad Hannigan is an XP of Futurama's best character. So he's a guy totally full of himself, but he's also out there to solve the great mysteries of space, and currently trying to solve this mystery of the Void and something else, which has managed to be something else entirely.
Okay, next up, we have Lieutenant Blasto, played by Michael.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Blasto. I'm a robot. I don't blast things. I blast them. I'm a trigger-happy android soldier. I like to shoot bad guys. I'm a robot who was turned off, was made with no emotions to be just a shoot first, ask questions never kind of robo-soldier. But recently, I've been wondering if this robot can find some feelings after all.
Okay, next up, we have Patrick playing Des Zaster.
Hello, I'm Patrick. I am playing Des Zaster, the dangerous envoy of Boy the Raptor. Just trying to make heads or tails of what's going on while just trying to remain and become awesome.
There you go. And finally, we have Sean playing Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah, I'm Sean. I'm playing Dr. Feelgood, a savvy doctor who's out to explore new worlds, make new friends, maybe experiment with some mind-altering substances. If you beverages here, a shot of something there. Yeah. Whatever, makes you feel good.
Awesome. As we begin, we open up on the charming small town of Port Marsh. It's a charming town where charming little people lead charming little lives. This is a sort of town that never existed, of course, outside of a Norman Rockwell fever dream. But you're here. It's 72 degrees and sunny. Too perfect. Too organized. Too healthy. What are you doing here? You're sleeping, of course, and having a bad dream. All of you are having the same bad dream. It's weird. You remember being on a starship and a pink lady covered in feathers pointing at you and saying, "All hail the void." She's holding the hand of a strange child. You've never met this child before. In the dream, what are you doing?
Well, smoking. Not smoking. I'm camped out on the edge of town, enjoying life in the '60s.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is reality.
Yes.
The spaceship's the dream, my darlings.
That's right. I'm waking up from. I'm waking up from a fever dream of a lot of fun the night before.
Mm. Okay, so basically, I'm doing a cut back to the ship. Just so you know. So
Okay,
what are you doing when the teleporter materializes and the girl says, "All hail the void"? What in that moment are you, as your characters in outer space, doing? You're in horrible danger.
Yes, it sure feels like it.
Lieutenant Blasto, you usually like to blast things as a solution. Would you like to blast this horrible thing that's just come through the teleporter?
I would.
But I mean, come on, it was our friend though.
It was our friend.
Okay, I mean, yeah,
See?
sure.
That's the thing. It was our friend. But
Right.
now it's something
It's
else.
something else. Yeah. Soon as Lieutenant Blasto hears "All Hear the Void," I'm going for my. I have weaponry all over me. I'm
Right.
taking out my assorted laser cannons and just opening fire.
Okay, so you're opening fire. Which of the two are you targeting? The little helpless girl or your friend who's now terrifying with the
Ooh.
emblem on her forehead?
It's got to be my former friend. I
Okay.
judge that she is the greater threat because the void crystals are in her.
You know what? I would say that you, as Lieutenant Blasto, have always been prepared to murder your friends.
Good
You
man,
are an
Blasto.
expert at murdering, and you get 1d6 regardless. So go ahead and roll 3d6 to try to take out your friend.
Let's do it.
You are trying to roll under your number. Your number is a 5.
Ooh, I rolled 2 6s, which would be good, but in this case it's bad, and 1 4. So
Okay.
1 success.
That's a partial success. So you do manage to shoot, and she just holds up her hand. Your former friend Cree holds up her hand and just absorbs the blast, moves her hand like that, and it refracts off and blows up the teleporter.
Aww.
So now we're
Oh, I just
trapped on
fixed
the
that,
ship.
didn't I? Says Mrs. Whitechapel, the teleporter operator. Is there any action anybody else would like to take other than shooting?
I would like to load up my injection gun with a heavy sedative and dash up there and knock out our friend.
Okay, sir, you're always prepared to be giving people drugs.
Yes,
You are an expert on it. So go ahead and roll 3d6. You're trying to roll under your laser feelings number. Your number, I believe, is a 4.
Yep. 2, 5, and a 6. Darn it.
Okay, so that's only a partial success. So you do manage to get up there and jab her with it. She looks a little drowsy and then just pops right back, says, "All hail the void," and grabs you by the face,
No!
picks you up, and drops you.
No, that's just not very
I'll try
nice
the
of you to
mint-
do that.
I'll try the mint julep next time.
Right. Roll one more d6. You were not prepared and you're not an expert on this.
Oh,
This is your
Drop my
lasers.
face.
Yeah.
I got a 5.
Okay, that is over your number. So you guys hear a sickening snap as
Oh.
the doctor's spine is broken.
Whoa.
No.
And he's the only one that can cure it.
You're still alive, but you can't move.
We have a med bay for this.
Humans, so easy to break.
Could I ask
What else
them
are
a
you
question?
guys doing? Now they're okay. Blasto did his blasting. The doctor tried to do an injection and was just dispatched almost immediately.
Could I ask them a question?
You may ask them a question.
All right. So, before you horribly murder us, I have to know, what is your relation to something else? Are you something else? Or are you something else entirely from something else?
Ooh, was that your line from the last episode?
Partially. I can remember my line if I had money on it.
It's
What's
close
wrong?
enough. I'm gonna let you roll 3d6. So, this is a feelings roll.
Oh boy. Well, here it goes.
So you're trying to roll over your number, which I believe is a 5. Good luck.
I got a 5 exactly. I got a 3 and a 1.
Nice. So you've got laser feelings, my friend. So that does mean that you get to ask me a question. That would go beyond this question if you'd like, or it can just be them answering your question about whether or not there's something else.
Okay, so. What would be the best question? Okay. What's really going on here?
Kree answers, we're going to join you with the void, and then all will be made perfect.
All will be made perfect? You mean all will be made something else? We like being ourselves, damn it. And that's the one thing we get.
Agreed.
Okay. Now, it looked like Vizax. Is it Vizax or Vizax?
Vizax.
It looked like Vizax looked like you wanted to do something in this situation.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of was if they came through the teleporter, I'm going to try to fix it and reverse the coordinates of wherever they came and send them back.
Okay.
All
You may
the hard hitting stuff didn't work, so I'm gonna do my best to just fix
Okay.
it.
So you're
You
gonna
guys-
try
you
to
guys are awesome.
fix the teleporter on the fly by rerouting some wires.
Yep.
So you are an expert on this. You're not particularly prepared for fixing a teleporter this fast. So you get to have 2d6 though,
All right.
and obviously lasers. So you're trying to roll a 5 or under.
2 5s.
You rolled 2 5s.
2 5s. Yep.
Nice.
That means you got laser feelings twice. So you can ask me 2 questions.
Dude.
How can I get the teleporter to work even faster while the monologuing is kind of happening? And what's the best way to get the doctor out of this predicament?
Okay, the best way to get the doctor out of the predicament is probably by having Lieutenant Blasto grab him and move him to the med bay.
Okay, all right. So Blasto, I'll sort of shout that, I guess, as I try to do my best to rewire this thing.
And the way you can get the teleporter working faster is actually getting up into the teleportation station, because that is where the damage took place.
Ooh, dangerous. Okay, I'll do it if that's what needs to be done. Vizax gets you going.
And is there anything that our intrepid envoy wanted to do other than having the flash forward to what you're doing in the 60s?
Oh, thought a lot about that. Look, sorry, I don't know your name, child, but Kree and whatever is inhabiting Kree. Look, we don't want to join the void. We're not, gonna take whatever snake oil you're trying to sell to us. Just return our friend to us and leave, and we can all just part amicably. That's real perfection, is being able to separate as friends in the situations where they're tense.
All right. It sounds like you're trying to be an envoy.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
an expert
absolutely.
at that. You're not prepared for this situation. This is a weird
Hardly.
situation. But you also get one more d6. So go ahead and roll 2 d6s. You are trying to roll over your number, which is a 3.
I rolled a 1 and a 4.
Okay, you've got limited success. So
Yeah.
what was it that you were trying to convince them to do? Was to leave?
To let Kree go and then leave.
Okay.
So it was a long shot.
Right. Well, it was a partial success. And so the little girl next to Kree goes, "Oh, I can let your friend go. And I can leave." And at that, she snaps her finger and Kree drops, and Melanie disappears through the floor.
Concerning.
Just like it's not even there.
Hmm.
Oh, you're really quiet, Dallas.
Oh, sorry. I just want to say
Yeah,
real
we can.
quick that my number's a 4 actually, so I'm not sure if that probably should change what happened, right?
Yeah.
My number's actually a forgot
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
If your number is actually a 4, then that means you totally failed.
Yeah, okay, that's what oh yeah, I want to point that out 'cause I was like, yes, laser feelings twice, and I looked at my number and I was like, wait a minute, I better say something because.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for your honesty. So yeah, you can't. The teleporter is very badly damaged, and it will require you to get your tools out of the engineering room in order to repair it. Things get changed because of a number. Sad. However, you do have the unconscious Kree on the floor now. You have the doctor who definitely has the upper portion of his spine snapped.
Eh.
We need to get them to the med bay and quick.
Mm-hmm.
Take me to the spinal repair compartment immediately.
Wait, hold on. We have a problem.
You know what the problem is.
Our captain is in there.
That's correct.
no.
There's only one med pod. You guys chose this.
Yeah, we
There's
did.
only one med
Oh,
pod on the
what?
ship, and the captain's currently in it.
Doctor, is your life immediately in danger? Can you deal with the pain for just a little bit longer?
No,
Say a
he
day
should
or
not be
two.
walking on this. He has a broken spine.
Well, I didn't mean
The
walking. I
question
mean
really
laying
should be,
down
is the
somewhere.
captain's life immediately in danger?
I would assume so, yes. That's why we put them in the med bay.
He's just possessed. He's probably healthy still.
Yeah.
Didn't we just put them in the same pod together?
Well,
Not-
we're
not-
longtime friends. I'm sure that's all right.
I'm pretty sure that's not how this works.
Could be a little crowded in there.
Sean, do you think that Dr. Feelgood thinks it would be a good idea to put you in the same med pod as the captain?
Of course not. No, you wouldn't.
You think back to the time in medical school when they showed you the result of putting 2 people in the same med pod.
It wasn't pretty. Yeah, we can perhaps we can take him out momentarily. Perhaps we can sedate him and take him out and sit him out in the lounge for the 15 minutes it takes for the wonderful medical machine to fix me.
Supposedly 15 minutes.
Yeah. All right. So Lieutenant Blasto, you're gonna be picking up your paralyzed.
Oh,
friend.
yeah. I look at my guns and I'm like, if only these could heal. Oh well. I'll pick up the doctor.
Okay.
Come on, Doc. Let's get you repaired.
Okay. So you are not prepared to pick up this man, nor
Oh,
are you an
great.
expert on transporting broken humans, but you are very strong.
So how many dice am I rolling here?
Well, right now you're only rolling 1 unless somebody wants to also be guiding you.
Yeah, let's help him. I'll help him out a little bit.
Okay, great.
I can directly help him, give him directions while I'm wincing in pain.
Yeah. Yeah, because you are a explorer,
Mhm.
you're used to handling a robot that maybe wasn't programmed to do the thing that it's doing. So you get to roll 2d6 on your assist, and
All right.
it is lasers because you are basically trying to operate a robot, but through your voice.
Righto. Lasers roll under 5.
Yep.
I got a 1 and a 6.
Okay, well that's a partial success, but that with the help action, that's enough. So
Gotcha.
Michael, you get to roll 2 dice. Roll under your number.
All right, I'll be like, should I drag him by the hair?
No,
No.
by the
No,
less
that
That is
broken
not
part of his
acceptable.
spine.
I thought
what about
humans
a-
were like rolling luggage. Okay, I want to get under.
Yeah, you want to get under.
Oh, very good. Okay, 2 1s.
Okay, good. You've got him
Yeah.
up and you're not doing extra damage. Because you've gotten your spine broken, you really don't feel anything, Dr. Feelgood. So that's probably good, positive. And you guys are rushing down to the med bay. On your way down, you're confronted by Ensign Weasley Squisher.
Oh, this guy.
Everybody, I've been noticing some really weird signals, like coming out of all those triangles, and I think I've got some really useful information. If we want to sit and talk about it for a few minutes, I've got a presentation, including some dioramas and stuff.
I think we could just do.
Give a brief.
Yeah, just give us the Spark Notes.
Okay. I think that there's a way that I could maybe, get enough control of those things briefly to make a bigger hole so we can get down to the surface of the planet.
Like the entire ship or just a shuttle?
Well, I mean, you guys kind of blew up the shuttle, so you know.
Yeah, it really wasn't our fault there.
Accidents happen.
Hold off on opening up a way into the planet, but I like this idea, Ensign Squisher.
Okay,
Excuse
great.
us. We have our doctor is currently having a medical issue.
I'm inexplicably good at doing a lot of things that the adults don't seem to know how to do. I don't know why I'm written this way. Okay, bye.
God,
What a
Only they
great
could write him out.
character.
if only they could write him charismatically.
It's like he pulls the entire plot around himself for some reason.
Must be in his contract.
Ay.
When you signed up for.
And you get down to the med bay. The doors part, and you see that the pod that the captain is currently in is open, and his eyes are open, and they are a milky blank void.
I look up and I say, "Oh." Flump."
And you say, "Ah, flump."
Yes.
And you also see that Melanie is already in the room.
Could you just leave, please? Like, we asked you to leave, and you didn't.
I left that room.
No, I mean, like, leave us alone.
Yeah, medical
Oh.
emergency. Medical
We
emergency.
have a kind of situation here due to your, I don't know, spine snapping.
Oh, that's not me. That was
Mm.
Cree.
You say that, but they look like they're all kind of part of the same host to me.
Okay. I understand. Well, I was kind of in the middle of something. She looks at the captain.
Could you not be in the middle of something? And
Oh, sure. I'll finish up right now.
no,
And she
no.
puts her hand
Larry.
right on the captain's face, and a pulse of energy rips out, and you all wake up from your bad dream. So, who all are you in the 1960s? I think that we'll begin with Patrick, since he already seemed to have some opinions.
I simply just go by the name Desmond. You know, last names are for squares and for the man.
Oh, are you like a full-on like caricature of a beatnik? Like you have like bongos.
I'm a hippie.
Nice.
Yeah, I live on the edge of what was it? Port Marsh.
Port Marsh.
Yeah, I live on the edge of Port Marsh in my commune. Free love and all. That time of that's that decade.
Yeah. Wow.
And,
like your partner wakes up next to you and is like, "Wow, you must have been having like crazy dreams, Des."
Honestly, it was pretty radical.
Whoa, far out, man.
Like spaceships.
Whoa.
And
That's what happens when we read Timothy Leary so late at night.
And then do a lot of other things too.
Yeah, things that we're not going to bring up on a show that's
Of
like
course
on
not.
TV in the 1960s. Yeah, man. Crazy. All right. So we know what Des is up to in the 60s. I'm going to go reverse. Hey, feel good.
Yo,
In the 1960s, what are you? I mean, are you a
feeling
doctor?
better than I am in space. So are we waking up just now, or can we already be awake?
I mean, you're waking up. You could already be awake, but you definitely had that dream from last night.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to be in the backyard of my quaint little suburban home with the white picket fence and the one dog and the 2.5 kids and all the nice statistics. And I'm going to be in the middle of grilling up some hamburgers and some hot dogs, sipping on a mint julep. I'm just a good old country doctor. Got my straw hat where I'm just kind of relaxing and, having the neighbors over, and we're drinking our domestic beer because we don't go in for any of that foreign stuff.
Well, somehow our little town has both hippies and good old boys.
Lawrence
Now,
Welk is
Doctor,
playing
you
in
were
the
saying
background.
something about having a crazy dream last night, says one of the ladies of the cotillion or whatever. I'm not good at southern terms.
I do declare.
I did.
She's wearing her
Yeah.
white gloves.
Dude, it was a very strange dream. Yes, indeed.
Oh, I'll tell you, recently I've just been dreaming about that horrible missile crisis that happened.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you let the Irish in charge of the government.
Gotta get rid of those commies.
Okay, so you're having your little southern drinking party.
It's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Drinking party.
Now, Lieutenant Blasto, I will give you some options. Do you want to be a human in this situation, or do you want to have a weird sci-fi thing going on with you instead?
Like I'm a soda machine?
More like you couldn't be incorporated into this.
Or I'm like the jukebox?
You could be the jukebox, the soda machine, the radio. I'm giving you the option. Do you want to be the guide that helps get these folks back out because you can't experience this, or do you want to be a real boy?
Ooh. Deep down, Lieutenant Blasto does want to be a real boy.
Okay. If you have the desire to be a real boy, then what is Lieutenant Blasto in the 60s?
All right, I think he's like a Barney Fife-esque like cop. He's I think I'm getting that right, like the bumbling deputy.
Yeah.
From Mayberry.
Yeah, Gomer
Mayberry.
Pyle, Barney Fife. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't think Vietnam is on yet, but I would be like Super 4F if that was the case.
Yeah.
But I got like an elaborate uniform that I polish all the time, big belt, pants up to my nipples, elaborate hat, lots and lots of guns, and I sort of rampage around the town, giving out parking tickets, yelling at people. The perfect small town law enforcement officer.
Right. Yeah. And all you had last night was the town drunk Toby, who was put in the drunk tag to sleep it off. And at some point you dozed off and you had a crazy dream that's probably due to the fluoride in the water.
Definitely the fluoride.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, you sure do look like you had a bad dream. You okay there?
Gosh darn it! I thought I was some sort of robot spaceman.
What's a robot?
It's
Back in the day the Earth stood still?
Something like that. Like I was hanging around with I was getting lost in space. I was with the Jetsons. I don't know. What a dream.
Well, was anybody else from the town there? Yes, they were.
They were. Some of them I remember. Some I have yet to recall.
Wowee, that sure sounds like something that happened. I mostly dreamed of pink elephants, because that's something that people believe drunkards saw back then.
You said it, Mr. Drunk. All right, you stay there. I'll think about letting you out a little bit later. I gotta go patrol.
Okay, I'm pretty sober now, so...
No. You're staying put. All right, Lieutenant Barry Lasto begin his latest patrol.
Lieutenant Barry Lasto. Dr. Feelgood, was your name still just Feelgood, or?
Yeah, I'll keep it feel good still. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
As far as
Okay.
Lasto knows, I'm always there. I've always got something to really wake up the drunks and get
Okay.
them over to cure what ails them.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
I'll go check on the doctor. I hear he's having one of his famous BBQs, and I've always really, really wanted to try to eat and consume organic food.
Yeah.
Well, that certainly sounds like something a normal human would say.
It's very strange. I've got an urge to go do it right now. I'm heading to the barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think Zad Hannigan is up to in the 60s, Marvin?
Oh, I already had the idea of him being a intrepid reporter / conspiracy theorist, working on his latest theory. Was Joseph Raymond McCarthy himself a communist agent?
Whoa.
It all makes sense. The recent missile crisis, McCarthy sowing the seeds of communism throughout the country, it left us vulnerable. He was, in fact, something else entirely. Why does that come so easy to me? Huh.
Oh no, it's really weird. You've heard that doctors are pretty good at head medicine nowadays. Maybe you should go see the doctor.
Yes, because that was an out-of-place theory I just had. Something else entirely? No, he's just a communist. Something else entirely. Huh.
And are you still calling yourself Zad Hannigan, or are you or do you have a different name?
Nah, it's definitely Zad Hannigan.
Fair enough.
Private eye.
Zad, intrepid reporter.
It's a solid reporter's name, by the way.
Right? It kind of is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good byline.
And that just leaves Visax.
Okay, so you've all driven up to this gas station before on the corner. You see a guy in overalls walk up to a car as you drive up, and he always asks, check under the hood, fill her up. Victor is on the name on the patch. You all know him as Victor Zastro. But in the future, they just put names together and did a little twist on him. So yeah, he's always just making sure you get where you need to go. That's what Victor always says. I'll get you where you need to go.
Okay. Do the people that are out and about? Obviously, this doesn't include the doctor. So we've got our dirty hippie friend Des. We've got Barry, and we've got Zad. Any of you could be pulling up to the gas station right now. Does any of you want to be pulling up to the gas station right now?
Sure, my my van could use a bit of gas.
Sure.
It is a long trip to the doctor.
Hey, this thing's seen some miles.
Yeah, I slapped the side of it. It's been getting me around for a very long time.
Well, I'll make sure she gets you where you need to go.
Thanks.
Fill her up. And what were you saying
Absolutely.
earlier? Something about what were you saying when you came out of the vehicle? What were you saying?
What about it?
Oh, I thought you might have mentioned like something as you came out of the car about your
My weird dream.
Yeah.
I probably was like muttering about like, oh man, I should write something about that.
I'd like you
Only
guys
had
to
a-
both. Sorry, go.
No,
Finish
sorry,
it.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Why don't you guys both roll feelings? Only one die. Just roll it.
I rolled a 3.
2.
Oh, 2. Okay, so this means absolutely nothing to Victor, but you dirty hippie, Des, you had laser feelings out of nowhere.
Yeah, laser feelings.
Okay.
I guess my question is any of this real?
Like far out, man, now.
Yeah, I thought so.
Like reality is like an illusion made by one of those new like computer things put out by like that IBM company, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, like this guy that's filling up your gas tank, you totally saw him in your dream last night. You don't know how that happened. You never met this dude before.
Dude, can I just say, like, I just got into town, but like, I feel like I've known you for so long. What's your name again?
Name's Victor. Victor Zastro. You said you had the dream?
I
No.
did. Like, we were like on a spaceship together, but your name was The Zax or something.
Boom. I don't know if I have a realization or not, but that would be an
Probably
interesting
not.
moment.
You know what? I like the boom so much. I say yes. You have the realization right now.
The real name is mentioned, and then something comes like,
Yeah.
I remember lots of lights and wires. Nothing like this engine here, but
Whoa!
that is all. That is all.
Did you have some real good stuff last night too?
Only what the good doctor, sometimes when he has people over. That's about it.
It's at this point that Barry's driving by, and you notice that there's a dirty hippie harassing this poor gas attendant.
I'm like grabbing him by the shoulders, talking to him intently.
I put on the siren, slam to a halt, pop, roll out, combat roll out of the car.
Whoa! Wild.
And Zad, meanwhile, you're walking by and you totally notice that a cop has just got out of their car.
And did a military-style combat roll.
Does a military-style combat roll. This could be communists.
Yeah.
I
None of
knew
this
it.
is happening
McCarthyism
terribly
at work.
far from Dr. Feelgood's house, so you've heard a cop siren blare.
Yeah. I look
Loud
up,
voices.
take another drink, put my head over my perfect fence.
Nice.
Just
Yeah.
only the upper portion.
Yeah.
That's right.
Over here.
Okay, so now everybody's witnessing everything that's happening. Okay, so Barry, what are you doing?
All right. I take out the weapon that every police officer can wield with aplomb, a hand grenade. All right, hippie. You better watch out. I'm about to pull this pin, toss this little pineapple treat at you, and blow you all the way back to a groovy time in the skies.
Can I
Got
just say-
that long hair?
Yeah, I got that. Like, we're listening back to the spaceship last night, because that was awesome.
Wait.
Okay, at the mention of this spaceship, all of you who have not yet rolled the feelings, roll one die and try to roll over
Gotcha.
your number.
Oh, that's gonna be hard because I have the super
I know, you have a
high
5.
number.
Yeah, I got a 5 too.
Big fail for Blasto.
I rolled a 1.
Okay,
Same here.
just some weird hippie talking about spaceships. Good doctor, you may also roll.
Yay. I got a 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
this is just some weird hippie, probably smoking some wacky cigarettes or whatever the
Yeah.
polite word they could have come up with on TV for it was at the time.
Because it clearly wasn't reefer.
Right.
Maybe it's that new LSD. I don't know.
That stuff is pretty cool. Mind expanding.
I should probably get some of that and take it over there, along with my doctor's bag, because if the past is any proof, there's going to be pieces to put back together after this grenade goes off.
It's true. And
I'll
You
wander
fit-
over there. One hand, I'll take my alcohol with me, and I'll have my wife pour out some other drinks for everybody. I'll say,
here you go, darling.
"Here you go. I'll be right back. I think I got to take care of something over here." And
You do what you gotta
wander
do.
over there.
Go with God. And she gives you a
Thanks.
very polite, chaste kiss on the cheek.
Ooh. And I'll wander over
Like
there.
you adjust your bow tie and you're ready to go.
Man, can I just say, where'd you get that hand grenade from?
Listen, it's from my personal collection. A good
Radical.
officer is always armed.
With hand grenades?
That's right.
That doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of sense. It seems like something out of a war, to be honest, man. And wars are not groovy. In fact, they're kind of the opposite of groovy. They're pretty awful.
Maybe they are. No, shake it off. Shake it off.
No,
Blasto.
man. Hey, don't shake it off. That's some good feelings to have there. That's how you can feel the true love.
Feelings, love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was not programmed how to love.
Oh, look who just got an extra D6 on his next roll.
Oh boy.
Weird
Can I
thing to
try
say,
it?
man, but I love it.
Can I try and break
Feelings.
free once more, or?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll your feelings and roll 2 D6s this time.
All right, maybe this time. I want to roll high again.
You want to
Yeah.
roll high.
Oh, okay, still a fail. 2 and a 3.
Oh, sorry. You don't know why you said that probably a contact high from this guy's weird cigarettes. His girlfriend sticks
Unbelievable.
her head out the window
That
of
he's
the
a
car and is like,
secret
"Hey,
communist.
man, we haven't done anything."
Yeah, that's right.
His wacky tobacco is making me wacky. All right, Mr. Hippie, why don't you keep on trucking right over here so I can slap these handcuffs on you?
Hey man, I didn't do anything wrong. You pulled out a hand grenade and threatened to blow me up, man. Like, that's ungroovy. I think it's best if you just let me go on my way. We won't have an issue. And hey, maybe I can slide you a bit of good stuff. Enjoy so you can feel that love you've been so craving there, robot man.
Ooh, how dare you? Only
How
thing that
dare
gives
I?
my heart a feeling of satisfaction is pulling a trigger or pulling this pin. So come over here and put these handcuffs on.
Well,
Hey now,
Oh, it looks
what's
like
happening over here?
the tank is full. He's good to go.
Thanks, Vizax or Victor. Thanks, man.
And it also looks like Zad wanted to get in on all this. What's happening, Zad?
I mean, I was just observing this obvious communist agent pulling a hand grenade on this poor, helpless drug addict.
Sir, you should get his badge number and report him to the mayor.
Exactly. Unless the mayor himself is on his payroll.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Mayor Sozeb is up to something. Maybe he's
what
in
was-
on all this.
And what was all that talk about being programmed? Programmed to hate?
Yeah, you've heard that communist agents get programmed. That's a fact.
Maybe I am some kind of Manchurian candidate. I mean, I didn't fight in the Korean War, but I read a lot about it. Maybe I got programmed through that.
Wow. It sounds like something for Dr. Feelgood to figure out. You reach into your medical band and pull out a sci-fi scanner.
Awesome.
Sci-fi.
Stretch out and say, fell asleep weird last night. My back's got a kink in it. All right. What's going on over here now? Drink. Everyone, just kind of stay calm now. Put that grenade away. We don't need a grenade here.
Well, all right, Doctor. You always know best. Say, any chance I could pour liquid down my throat to get a sensation of taste?
Why, sure. Why don't you have some of this? We put hair on your chest.
See this, gentlemen? Obvious communist programming.
Hair?
No
Heck
red-blooded
yeah.
On a
American
chest?
speaks like that.
Yeah, I'll take that drink and I'll be like, whoa. I feel like I've never drunk anything before ever.
It's the most amazing sensation that you've ever had in your life. It's really giving you a lot of feelings.
Whoa.
Hey.
Is that a cue to roll?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll again. Just 1d6.
All right, come on. Ugh, a 4.
Okay. This is an amazing new world. The rest of you who haven't... Dallas, your character already kind of had a mini epiphany, so you can roll 2d6 and try to roll your feelings. Hippie, you already know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Like, you're really in outer space, man. Like, some crazy things are happening. Both
Disaster.
both the good doctor and our conspiracy theorist. Good doctor, you get to roll 1d6. Conspiracy theorist, you get to roll 2.
Ah,
Because you're an
'Cause I know
expert
it.
on weird things.
and I know everything's a lie.
Yeah, but it's still your feelings.
Yeah. Come on, roll high. 3 and a 1.
Nope. Zax, even with 2 dice? No.
I had double 3s.
Oh, ouch.
Wow,
Good
y'all.
Good
I
doctor.
got a 1. I am so deep into this wonderful world.
This is a great. You've invented a great place. We just don't want to leave.
Except for me, I want to get out of there.
Yeah, the
So
hippie
into
really
this,
wants to get the
another
heck
glass
out.
magically appears in my hand.
Another drink did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poof, just appears
Instead
in
of
my
a
hand.
scanner.
And somehow you get even more winsome and folky. You now have suspenders. You didn't have suspenders before.
Just get the
He's
illusion's
changing
getting
before our
deeper.
eyes.
I'm
Not
chewing
feel
on
good.
it,
You're in too deep.
too
We have to
deep.
go down another layer.
And what's a doctor doing with drinks out in the public anyways? That's something else entirely from what a doctor should be.
We're just out here having a good time. And we got the
Hey,
grenade
man.
put away. Pumping some
Alcohol's
gas.
Alcohol's good for the wounds, including the internal ones called feelings.
Well, that's a very deep statement there, my son.
Thank you, Dad.
Son,
You realize that you're
finally
related.
come back to town. Where have you been all these years?
Ah, they're related.
Underneath all that
Down by the
weird
river.
hippie hair, that's totally your son. That's the son gets. Finally come home.
Son, it's been so long. And look at you. You look like you've been sleeping out on the edge of town or something. Ooh. Ooh, smell.
I mean, yeah, it's how I want to live my life, man.
You should come back home and live a respectable life and have some alcohol at 11 o'clock in the morning.
I could just do that anyways.
We should have guessed they were related. Alcohol problem, drug addict. Of course, they have a history of substance
I mean, you could
abuse in
probably
the
take him
family.
home and get him all showered up before the mayor shows up to your barbecue.
That's a good point.
Hold on. What's the mayor's name?
Oh, it's Mayor Sozeb.
That's some bitch.
Yeah.
So
In
sad.
fact, you can roll 3d6 because you've already seen through all this, Des. To like further break this reality for yourself.
Free us
I
all.
have to roll above my 3, correct?
Correct.
I rolled a 6, 6, and a 4.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, so you remember literally everything, and you're
Whoa.
honestly kind of resentful about being a hippie now.
I mean, I get that I'm, like a touchy-feely kind of person as an envoy. That's kind of my deal. But like, really make me a hippie like this? Like, I live a clean and sober life. This is ridiculous. Can I just say, all of you, I love what you're doing, including you, Lieutenant.
Thanks. Look, say
Sweet.
it is
Lieutenant,
weird.
you weren't a lieutenant before, not even when you were in the army.
Huh. Lieutenant.
Because you'd be a deputy now, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, that's an odd rank. Excuse me, I do have some dreams about someday reaching the rank of lieutenant. They'll call me Lieutenant B. Lasto, and they'll be like, I respect you, sir. What a wonderful dream. Should I roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. You get to roll 2d6.
Okay.
Try to roll over your 5.
This is so
Finally, I
just,
did it. I got a 5.
this
Yeah,
is so
you're a
ridiculous.
What's that?
You're pretty sure you're actually a robot.
Doctor, you gotta help me. I am a robot trapped in the body of this small town cop.
Well, that can't be. Let me take your pulse.
All right, you wave your sci-fi sensor over him. Go ahead and take your sensor reading. Roll 3d6 and you're rolling under your number.
Oh, yay!
Oh my god, really?
What, you roll high?
I got a 5 and a 6.
Totally human. Your sensor shows it.
I don't know
Doctor,
what you're all talking about over there. I
let's
think you
go
need
to
come
your
on over to the
barbecue.
barbecue and relax a little
yes, yes,
bit.
I
I'm
Yeah,
really
I'm down with this.
I need to experience eating.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, go on, Blasto. Be Lasto. You know the way. Just let yourself in and put the
All right.
grenade away.
I jump over the fence, and the hot dog is like it's on the grill. I shove my face into the grill,
you guys all
horribly
smell
burning it, and just gobble up the hot dog right off there.
There is something obviously wrong with that man.
This is delicious. Would you guys like one?
I'm
Okay.
okay.
So after that display, those of you that haven't seen through this yet, go ahead and roll 2d6. Try to roll over your number.
Feelings, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yes, feelings. Feelings.
I rolled a
Maybe-
2 and a 3.
You're real deep.
You
Zad.
guys
so
are really
deep in the
committed to the
conspiracy.
bit. But you have decided to all take the doctor up on his offer and get some hot dogs.
I don't
Even though the town's deputy just grilled his face.
Just has the dark grill marks across it.
I don't
Isn't that painful?
Yes.
And presumably the rest of you don't just jump over the fence. You actually go through the house.
Yeah, we use the gate.
yeah.
Definitely use the gate.
You pass some kids watching the TV. They're watching Twilight Zone, and you see a man get turned into a Jack-in-the-Box, and a person go, "That's a good thing that you did, Melanie."
Ooh.
Melody. Where has
But
I
wish
heard
it
that
away.
name?
Wish it into the cornfield. Wish it away, Melanie. And then you see a little girl make this weird face, and the demented Jack-in-the-Box guy disappears.
Da-da.
Weird.
I think my
Was that
neighbor-
was that on the TV that happened, or when the kids sitting there?
Yeah, that was on the TV. And
Okay.
for both Lieutenant Blasto and for Dez, since you've both seen through this, the kids watching the TV don't have a face.
Oh wow.
But for the good doctor and for Victor and for Zad, it's the doctor's kids just watching a fun show on the TV that they probably shouldn't be watching. It's gonna give them nightmares.
Yeah, this stuff will rot your brain. I'm gonna go over and turn the TV off.
Why did you turn it off? What are you, a
The
commie?
two blank-faced children turn their heads towards you.
Creepy.
Mhm.
It's not good for developing minds.
Yes. Meanwhile, Doctor, you hear, "Oh, Dad, we were watching that."
It's okay, Melanie. Go out and play.
Okay, Melanie and I will go out and play, says Melanie.
Oh,
Are you all named Melanie?
We're all Melanie.
Creepy.
You couldn't have thought of something else for a
I
name?
believe in honesty. And anyways, you haven't seen through it, so you don't know.
Hmm.
But you can roll again now that you noticed that was really weird. But only Zad. Zad, you get to roll 2d6s.
Gotcha. Because it's weird calling all of your kids Melody. I mean, couldn't you think of something else? A 4 and a 1.
Wow.
Please, then roll over your number. So you didn't hear them say Melanie. You heard Tommy and come on, Tommy, let's go play outside. Okay, Nancy. And that's what everybody who isn't Dez or they're
Lieutenant.
grilling your face out behind the house, Lieutenant.
Yeah.
So,
It's just me.
but everybody that wasn't Dez heard Tommy and Nancy as the names, not Melanie and Melanie.
gotcha.
Okay. I heard
Weird.
something else entirely. My fault. Apparently, I'm
Weird.
the dirty commie in this situation.
Oh, you're definitely not a dirty commie.
It's probably the fluoride in the water.
Hmm.
You really
Fluoride,
don't know
good
what
for you.
that stuff does.
No one does.
Makes your teeth nice. That's what it does.
Hmm.
We actually learned about this when we were studying to become members of the Raptor, about how what fluoride they add fluoride to the water to make your teeth nicer and stuff like that. Don't worry about it. So I walk out of the room.
That
Yeah,
I
bears
don't understand this.
investigation.
A woman with no face comes into the room. For the rest of you, it's Dr. Feelgood's wife. What's this you're saying about the Raptor now?
Nothing at all. I walk out of the room quickly.
You're in Fort Marsh, not the HMS Raptor.
Is that what she says to me?
HMS
Yeah.
Raptor. Is that a ship? Like a U.S. warship?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, not U.S. It's out of the
Confederacy.
Limey Empire, which I guess they're better than the Irish.
Hmm.
Do I hear this?
Lieutenant Blaster, you're still outside eating a hot dog.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna I just grab like a fistful of cocktail weenies with all the toothpicks in them, and just shove them into my mouth and start eating those.
Great. It
I wash
hurts
it
a
down.
lot.
So good feelings.
Blood pouring out of the mouth.
Yeah, I just grab one of the ketchup sprays and just like squeeze it all right into my mouth and over my face.
Okay, so
And then I
Such a
I'm
weird
just the
display.
mustard to do the next one.
Yep. So, so you guys emerge into the backyard, seeing the clearly mentally ill lieutenant, or not lieutenant,
Including
but
me.
clearly mentally ill deputy spraying ketchup all over his face as the horrified party guests look on. The
Now,
one,
now,
the one of you that
Right way to
doesn't
behave.
see that is Des. Everything out there has no face.
Yeah, figured.
Dez,
Yeah,
it's me, Lieutenant Blasto.
I know who you are.
Part of me wants to stay here forever and just enjoy these physical sensations.
It's like,
Yeah, but that's costing you pain, isn't it?
Doctor, there's blood pouring out of this man's mouth as if he literally ate toothpicks just
Oh,
now.
now, stop eating the toothpicks and stop grilling your face there. So why don't you lie down for a second, and we'll take care of this right away. Here, have a drink of this to settle your nerves.
Thank you.
Start
But
examining him.
also, I am incapable of having nerves because I am a robot.
You say in intense pain.
So at this point, because he has taken on the persona of a conspiracy theorist, Zad, I am going to go ahead and let you roll under your number with 2d6s.
Because obviously something screwy is going on here. Man
Yeah,
believes
you're-
himself a robot. Somebody's talking about Confederate ships named Raptor. A doctor who drinks, and a mechanic. I don't know about him.
Yeah, that mechanic is
Yeah.
definitely the weird
Yeah.
thing. Of all the things to fixate on, the mechanic should be the one.
Yes,
Sorry.
definitely.
Point of note: it's consortium, not confederacy.
Oh, did I say
Consortium.
Confederacy?
No, it does say, and I said
Oh.
confederacy. I meant consortium. That was
Oh,
my
yeah.
The Unified
better.
Consortium of Worlds, yes.
There's
Yeah.
never been a consortium in America. Also, I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So, yeah. You know who you really are.
Consortium.
There's one in England.
The Raptor. The Raptor. Are we still on the Raptor?
Probably, yeah.
Zad, is that you?
What? Now, why are y'all talking about birds when this man's bleeding to death?
He's not gonna bleed to death. The simulation will keep him alive.
It looks pretty bad. I don't know.
No, it doesn't look bad at all.
No, it looks fine to me.
Your wife approaches and says, like, I'm gonna go get the iodine.
That's a good idea. And get my sutures too.
Okay, you know it, darling. And for those of you that have woken up to it now, this weird faceless thing leans its face against the doctor, at which point you see a pulse of energy go from it into him. And all of a sudden he has like white hair like Colonel Sanders.
Let's see.
These things are feeding off of them.
Doctor,
Why
do
is
you
that?
feel
Feeding
alright?
off of us.
Why is that?
Well, I'll tell you something, Doctor. You know what's great? The Void.
Nah, the void sucks, to be honest.
Oh, I'm just telling the Doctor. The Void's
Oh.
pretty good. You should tell everybody about how great the Void is.
What's this void thing?
That's the best thing ever. They should all probably join it. That would make
Really?
them feel
Is-
better.
Is that one of those new clubs or?
It's
Isn't
the
that
best
name of
medicine.
That commune that's living outside out on the edge of town.
Yeah, maybe. And if it is, then you should join it because the Void is the best.
I don't know. I just got my son back from there. I don't know that I want to go out that way. Although maybe I could do some good out there. You know, help
Yeah.
those folks, transition from whatever it is they're doing to, some alcohol
Yeah.
instead.
Definitely, you should drive to the edge of town and see the Void.
Yeah, maybe I will. That sounds like a good idea. But I've got to take care of this patient first.
Okay.
Where's my scalpel? Where's my sutures? Where's my scissors?
So at this point, I am going to go ahead and let Victor, who's been observing all of this weirdness, you can go ahead and make another roll.
What is? Oh yeah, maybe I noticed like that device that the doctor has or something. That's
Yeah,
pretty
like you
futuristic,
notice
right?
that. In fact, because you noticed the weird device the doctor had, you get to roll with lasers, 2d6s.
Okay. 3 and a 5. So that's a partial success, I think.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
enough.
Okay. Sweet.
Like, you now also see that everybody else is lacking a face. And that these things are clearly siphoning off the energy of the good doctor who is yet to make his roll.
Ooh, I might need some of that Dr. Feelgood stuff after seeing this. Holy moly, what the hell?
Hey, welcome.
You're back with us.
Vizax.
And
Here, look at this grill.
well, I'm actually not so bad on you. You can handle it. But we'll fix
true.
that later. I'll fix it later.
I have an idea. You're not meant to be repairing jalopies. You're meant to be cruising the stars. Transform this grill into some kind of high-tech spaceship hover car sort of thing.
Nice.
We'll fly it out of here.
There's probably a lawnmower. There's probably a leaf blower in the back too somewhere.
Oh, probably
Yes.
a V8 in the garage too. Let's get that out of the car.
You can use all
The
of
doctor
my
probably
bullets
has a-
as well.
Probably an awesome automobile, right?
I've got a nice ride.
Yeah, I
Respectable.
figured as much.
It was nice.
All
He
right,
has a
so
point.
But let's add the grill to it. I totally agree. Let's do that. Let's try it.
okay.
If this is a dream, we probably could just build a spaceship out of nothing.
True.
Well, you guys do hear this voice.
Hmm.
It's a dream and it isn't a dream. It's reality and it isn't reality. It's something else and it's the void. It's the voice of Sozeb, who has now entered the area. For the good doctor, he's dressed like a mayor and even has a sash that says the mayor on it.
Mayor. Well, Mayor, how nice of you to drop by.
Why, thank you.
Let me get you something to drink. Don't mind this over here. This is just a little situation we're taking care of.
Yeah, I hear that some fool man has been grilling his face.
You know, we all do things that we regret eventually. What's wrong with my back? Ugh.
The rest of you, by the way, what you see is him wearing his he's wearing red robes and there are void crystals like circling his head.
Ooh.
Those are probably pretty bad for you, Sozeb.
Well, I think once I've finished incorporating and the doctor, you're gonna hear a totally different thing than what everybody else hears, and I'll let you know what you hear.
Nice.
While I'm incorporating you into the neural web, you are going to experience some strange sensations. He like takes out a scanner. What the rest of you see is a scanner, Doctor. What you see as a little pen flashlight, and he's kind of like gone over to Lieutenant Blasto and is scanning him and goes, "It's weird. You shouldn't be incorporated into this at all. I wonder if that's what's causing them to lose their integrity."
What about this? I'm gonna take the grenade, pull the pin, shove it into him, and then start running and trying to get everybody else to run.
Go ahead and roll your lasers. You're
Incorporate
always prepared
this.
to blow somebody up with a grenade. You are an
Is that 2
expert at
dice?
blowing people up with a grenade, and you get 1d6. So go ahead and roll your 3d6.
Oh, awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Good man, Blasto.
Ooh, so it's to be lower than my number for lasers, right?
Correct.
Okay, so they all succeeded. 14
Awesome.
to 1.
So, Doctor, you're snapped out of this as you see Sozeb explode. And instead of him covering everybody in a ton of blood, which you would expect, it's actually more like crystal dust.
Dust, huh?
And at that point, the 1950s illusion is shattered.
Ooh.
Oh, and I collapsed to the
Or
ground.
1960s, sorry.
Radical.
Illusion is shattered.
Grenades solve all problems.
Honestly, I'm glad you didn't blow me up with that first.
me too, friend.
Would have been very problematic if we got to this point so we couldn't blow him up with a grenade.
So why don't you guys talk amongst yourselves now that you've seen through this illusion?
Okay.
You are currently in a space that is not space and a time that is not time.
Okay.
Can I just say, y'all took a while to catch on.
Well, honestly, I wasn't acting any differently than what I usually do.
Yeah,
I was not
know.
something else.
But Des,
Ha-ha.
we're not as awesome as you. That's just
Oh, y'all just need to get more in touch with your feelings. I've been trying to get you to do the yoga with me and all this other fun stuff. You keep on saying no. Like, if you got in touch with your inner self, like, and found the light in this void, like, we'd all be better off.
Wait, are you saying that will get us out of here?
I honestly have no idea. That was
I
more
sure
by
hope
talking
not.
about your own personality stuff, like, not the situation we find ourselves in. I was using that as an analogy.
I am very bad at feelings.
I'm very
can't-
good at feelings, I'm not great at shooting.
We can't all be like you, Mr. Disaster. I run on cold, hard logic and chutzpah.
Valid.
Perhaps I will take you up on your offer, though. Because some of those feelings, were very, very nice.
And you guys suddenly materialize in a futuristic battle arena. An announcer holds a microphone up to his face and goes, "Welcome to Harm Sport. I am your host, Noel Scum." And the crowd like cheers and applause. And he's like, "Let's see these suckers try to realign their reality while getting blown up with things. I know that everybody likes to see that, don't they? Woo!" And the crowd goes nuts. You are all kind of in this weird like sci-fi dystopian outfits. Klaxons are blaring in the background. And people are like jamming like these sticks together and it's going clonk, clonk, clonk. And Blasto, you are ready to kill some mofos.
Please not me.
Finally.
But first, let's hear from Sozeb. And you see Sozeb with his crystals zooming around his head in his red robes. And he goes like, "The Blasto unit is made to do one thing, and that is to eliminate threats. Enjoy." He presses a button, and oh Blasto, it's time to kill. And I think you know who your targets are. Which one of these people would you like to go first?
Oh no, it's my crew.
The rest of you are all in this dome, this thunderous sort of dome with a killer robot. You have some very wimpy sort of weapons. It's time to
Blasto
fight.
cannot terminate his friends.
You
I
may
want to-
try. You may
I
try
want to
to
approach.
You may try to defeat this with a feelings roll, Lieutenant Blasto.
Okay. First, I want to take a chainsaw, and as Des is approaching, I hit him with the chainsaw.
Were you hitting with a chainsaw?
Des.
Yeah,
Oh,
disaster.
Okay, yeah. So you're attacking Des with a chainsaw. You're an expert at hurting somebody with a chainsaw. You've always kind of dreamt about hurting your friends deep down inside. So you're prepared. You're an expert, and you get a D6. Go for it. Roll under
Okay.
your lasers number.
So that's 3 total.
Oh, so easy for him.
Oh yeah, all success, full success.
Awesome. So Des, you feel like the chainsaw just bite into your flesh, and your arm comes off. They do a cutaway so that they can keep this on
course.
television.
Of course.
Oh no!
I reach up.
Yeah!
I reach up with
First
my.
harm of the night, and people are like, "Pain, blood, blood, pain, void, 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 void."
I'm gonna reach up to Lieutenant Blasto. I'm gonna grab him by the shoulder. Blasto, it's okay. If for some reason you kill me, I will never hold it against you. You are my dear friend, and I love you.
Love.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, so
I want to
Patrick,
run up to Des and
you're basically going to get to roll your feelings to try to like convince Blasto that love is the way. You are an expert on this. You're always prepared to spread love, usually more physically than this.
Yeah.
And you also get 1d6. So roll above your number.
A 6, a 4, and a 1. So I guess success. I don't know.
That is a success. A 6, a
Oh,
4,
awesome.
and a 1 is a success. You did it well. Good job. That's what's on the paper. Okay, so Lieutenant Blasto, you get to roll with your feelings. 1d6 and 1 for the assist.
Ooh, all right. Let's see if I can do it. I want to get my number over, correct?
You want to get your number or over?
Okay. Oh, 2 6s.
2 6s. You don't have to harm your friends anymore.
Oh, sorry about the arm.
It's okay. It's okay.
Doctor, do you want to say your line?
Yes, I do, actually. I'll run up to him and start patching it up and say, don't worry, Dez, it will grow back.
I hope so.
You get a D6 on your next roll.
Thanks, doctor. It hurts a lot.
I'll shoot you up with some nice feel-good sedatives, painkillers,
Nice.
hallucinogens.
So, you guys hear Sozeb say to Scum, like, we need to hold them off. They can't interfere with this process. And Scum's like, don't worry about it. Okay? Simgra's got some solutions. And at which point the bass drops.
Oh my god.
And now there's like loud, blaring, weird techno music, and it's almost like you're in the Matrix as all these like people with no faces start rushing at you guys. They're coming and they're wanting to kill you. What do you do?
Run.
Blasto will try and use the chainsaw to like hold them off to be clear a path so his friends can run.
Okay, go for it. So you're trying to clear a path for everybody else.
Yeah.
Go ahead and, you know, it's your 3d6. Violence is what you're good at, man.
Violence. Oh, all success.
Nice.
Oh, wait, actually,
okay,
sorry. It was a laser, so actually that's 1 success.
Ooh, only
Partial.
1 success?
Yeah, I know. 2 6s and a 4.
Ouch.
Mm.
Oh, man, when you needed feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's you barely have managed it, and therefore there is a cost or a complication. And I'm going to say, guys, that yes, Blasto has cleared a path, but at what cost? Because Blasto has been ripped to shreds in the meantime.
No.
Like cultists, like spanners and screwdrivers, and they all just tore him apart. And they're like holding up his head, like ah. But it's enough for you guys to like try to start making an escape.
Blasto's sacrifice will not be in vain. We should do this, y'all. We got this.
I will grab one of Blasto's arms so I can reattach it to Daz later.
Okay.
And I'll try to find the most optimal path through this crowd of people that want to kill us.
Okay. So you're trying to grab the arm. So roll 2d6s. Try to roll under your number.
Hey, a 2 and a 3. It worked.
Nice. Okay, you managed to salvage an arm to attach to.
My favorite arm.
That was your
You
squeezing
will be
arm.
remembered.
Okay, and now you're trying to find the most optimal path, Zad. Now you're an expert on finding paths. You're always prepared to find a path. So you get to roll 3d6s. Roll under your
Righto.
number.
Righto. A 5, a 2, and a 3.
Okay, and your number's a 5, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Then that means you got laser feelings.
Wait.
Sad. Uh-oh.
I think he dropped
we
his
lose?
dice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you got laser feelings. What question would you like to ask?
Righto. So let's see. How could I get them to stop attacking Blasto? Well,
Sure. You can't probably get them to stop, but you could salvage Blasto's head. Because you can see that the head still has consciousness.
all right. So we have a mission to rescue Blasto's head. And when I'm in charge, it's going to be a suicide mission.
Could it not?
Okay, so the two people that I don't know anything about what's going on with them right now is Vizax and Dez. I feel like we haven't heard from Vizax for a little bit, so do you have any ideas for the situation?
No, not unless.
You might come up with some crazy engineering thing that you could do to get this head.
That's well. Okay, I was going to do something with the head once I got it for sure.
Oh, what do you want? What do you want to do with the head if you get it?
See if I can attach it to something even more powerful and dangerous, so that our Blasto just gets even happier to what he could become.
Nice. Roll lasers 2d6 to see if you can spot something that you can easily attach the head to.
Like a death machine of some kind
Yeah,
in the
because you're not
arena.
prepared for this situation, but you know.
What do I need to roll?
You're trying to roll under your number, which I believe is a 5 with you.
4. Okay, I got a 2 and a 4, so that should be a
Nice. You've
success.
succeeded. Yeah,
Yes.
you managed to find like one of those sort of Mad Maxy vehicles, and you're pretty sure you could attach the head to it.
Sweet.
Oh,
That's
my
where
dream.
And then you
Pat-
can tear out through the
Too.
wasteland, which is totally a thing.
So yeah, that's where I'll say you take his wire A and you put it into slot C over there, and you take the wire from slot C, put it into slot D, take the tab D, switch it this way, put N over to here, Q into Z, Blasto, just hold on a second and click.
Nice. And I believe that was your line from the upcoming episode, so you get an extra D6 on your next roll. Remind me of it if I
Nice.
Okay, so
All right.
you've hooked Blasto's head up to this weird vehicle. You guys know where the
Yes.
path is, and you are tearing out through the wasteland. And there's like these crazy freaks with no face chasing after you. They're like doing all that weird Mad Max stuff. You know, there's clearance lawyers running out to try to figure out if we can even do this. Then the network freaks out over the budget. You know, again, and you're just tearing off through this wasteland.
Can
Bust
we
it
at
out of a
least
TV
get
show.
the guy with the flaming guitar?
You wanna
Oh,
have
it's me.
flaming
It's
guitar?
me. I'm up there
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, Dez is up there doing his flaming guitar thing, and let's have you roll. You've never played a flaming guitar before, but you know what the heck? You're not an
Awesome.
expert on playing a flaming guitar, but maybe you can do it with feeling. Roll
I'm-
1d6.
I'm
Try to-
trying to inspire my comrades.
Yeah,
Come on,
That's a
dude.
5.
nice. That's a success.
It doesn't sound good, but it works. It's cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Right,
sound great in
yes.
the movie either. So like, and the other people are chasing after you, and the bass is dropping, and you're playing your guitar, and it's pretty gnarly.
Follow the drop.
Go Blasto.
Let's ride.
The Blastomobile.
It's a dream,
Oh.
gentlemen. We can do whatever we want.
It's not a dream. This is awesome reality.
Incorrect.
It's
Yeah,
both.
I am the Blastomobile.
You guys are tearing out over the desert landscape. Where do you want to try to go?
Well, we need to find Simger and what's the Simger as well as the
Smut.
captain.
Oh yes, yeah.
I don't know if
Sozep
we knew that
probably-
name. So them.
Probably the
We need
main
to find
target.
Simger and Sozep. They'll know what's going on. And we can stop it through them.
Well, you guys did see Sozeb in the battle arena, and Simger's the one that dropped the base.
Are they still in there?
I mean, they're chasing after you now.
Oh
Oh.
boy.
Hmm.
We could probably lead them into a trap.
There
I
you
like
go.
it. I like it.
Or we just keep on escaping.
And
'Cause
by
they're
the
chasing
way,
us.
you would definitely recognize that the guy that used to be Smuck is now Scum.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah,
Mm.
good old Noel Scum.
Hmm.
Didn't we? I mean, we blasted him apart, or I should say, Blasto did, and that's when we switched.
Yep, but he's back together now, doing his
Wait.
Sozeb thing.
We need to find Melanie.
That could work, actually.
Is she the key to escaping this illusion?
I don't know, but I think so.
She was
And-
quite insistent, right?
She was quite insistent. So I know that Zad is the hotshot explorer. Your sensors are going off. Somehow there are sensors on this thing, but your sensors are going off. Do you want to check out the scanner? See,
Oh, of
see what's
course.
coming up on the landscape.
Yeah.
Go ahead and check it.
All right, I'm checking that. Lower or higher for the roll?
Lower.
Gotcha. A 5 and a 2.
Okay. I believe one of those is because you have a 5. Yep, you have laser feelings, friendo. This is my
Hey, went out again,
apocalyptic look.
Good.
It's also my right now look.
Well, apocalypse look.
Yeah, sadly true.
Sorry about that. Let's see. What should I be on the lookout for?
Just geographical features that might cause trouble.
So
You've spotted one.
What exactly is it, though?
It's a massive cliff.
Oh boy.
Stop the car. Stop the car. Or
All
better
right,
yet,
I'll
drive
push on the
around.
brakes.
Okay. You break yourself, Lieutenant Blasto. You will the brakes to happen, and you have braked. Because you're a car. And that's how this rolls.
Yes. Vroom vroom.
I'm a car! Okay, and when you just jam on the brakes, all the cultists catch up to you. And they're all still chanting, void, void, void.
So can I whip up some kind of like crowd sedation or
Yeah! I
gas
mean, you're
injector?
an expert. You're an expert on mass sedation. You definitely aren't prepared for doing this.
Sure.
But go ahead and
Let's
roll
roll
2d6. Try to roll under your number.
Under, okay.
Hmm.
I got a 6 and a 3, so 1.
Okay, that's one success. So you open up the sedation, and it definitely works. Unfortunately, it hits you guys instead of them.
Oh.
It's not so bad here. Let's just sit down. Sit down for a bit.
It's
Oh,
kind of
you win
pleasant.
some, you lose some.
Yeah. I mean, maybe harm sport isn't so bad, you guys. You probably could do okay at harm sport. I mean, once you put Blasto back together, you'd be
Got a
like
nice
the
ring.
victors.
Arm sport.
I feel like we're
Nice ring to
fighting
it.
each other though instead of enemies.
And so, Sozeb and Scum and Simgur all approach you at this point.
Hey man,
I can still see you, Marvin.
Okay. Then I can't see myself.
Yeah, I couldn't see you for a second, but anyway, they have approached. And Sozeb opens his mouth, and what you hear is, "So guys, I've really been working pretty hard on reaching you. Can you hear me?"
Oh,
What?
hey,
That
Swisher.
sounds familiar.
your voice is like music.
Oh, thanks you guys. Oh, hold on. Yep. Yeah, it's me, Weasley Squisher. Here to help. So you guys, you all have like triangles on your head, and it's pretty weird up here. Some weird stuff is going on,
I bet.
But I think I've broken through the neural network because this is something a 15-year-old would know how to do.
Good for you, Ensign. Should make you a
Excellent.
higher rank than that, to be honest.
So I think I maybe can get you guys out of this before I don't know, this signal from Alteus is pretty strong, but I think I can maybe get you out of this. Do you want me to try? Because I probably could do it. I'm pretty good at things. Unreasonably so.
Stop talking about it and do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
Great, cool. All right. Here
Take your
goes
time.
nothing.
Take
And
your time.
you hear like the sound of a buzzing, and reality changes around you, and you're all cartoon rats.
Nice.
This is awesome.
This is the exact opposite of what we wanted, Ensign.
We're like the Rescue
hear your
Rangers.
you guys hear your theme
Yeah.
song. Rat morphs. Rat morphs are here to save the day. Rat morphs. Rat morphs. Rat morphs. They'll do it for minimum pay. Rat morphs because they're rats.
That's valid. I'm okay with this. I mean, I'm not really okay with this, but maybe
Yeah.
worse existences. Squish,
guys-
what happened?
You guys are all now cartoon rats except for Lieutenant Blasto, who's the Ratmobile.
Oh, great.
Awesome. I love it.
I still get to be a vehicle. All right, rats, let's go. Cheese.
I accidentally turned off my video. Whoopsie.
No, you're back. You're good.
The cheese awaits.
Okay,
God, we gotta get out of here, though.
you guys are off to fight. You're out to save the day. The rat signal goes off. It's time to get into action, you guys.
Ooh.
Yes.
Rat power.
Sorry.
I got a
Sorry,
crazy
slogan.
idea. Let's not do this.
What do you mean not do this? As he pulls on his rat mask and his rat tie.
Yeah, I got my backpack on my little suction cups things ready
Just
to
like
go.
let's go the opposite direction from what they want us to do. Because they keep
mean-
on wanting us to do things like fight each other or live in a simulation of like 1960s kind of messed up idealism. Like, they want us to go to the bat signal. We should escape. Like, keep on, like, shifting the narrative away from what they want us to do.
I mean, I feel like all the rest of you need to roll feelings. You can first of all, I'm going to have Des roll feelings first.
Okay.
Because you're trying to convince everybody. You are an expert. You're not prepared for this situation because you're also a cartoon rat. A kind of weirdly sexy cartoon rat, but whatever.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Des is fine.
Just a little snout.
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Ratella's acting really weird. She doesn't usually give a chance like this. The rest of you are wanting to go save the day in your rat-like style, but Ratella's giving you a lecture about let's not do this. Like, that's not how you save the day. You remember the theme song.
Yeah.
There wasn't talk about how to save the day in the theme song.
Whatever. I don't remember it.
But I have to roll above, correct?
Yeah.
5 and a 6.
Okay, nice. So you have succeeded in trying to convince them. So everybody else, you get to roll your feelings with 2d6s, except for Dallas, who gets to roll 3.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Because you incorporated your line.
Nice. All right.
Ooh, big fail.
Oh, no. Oh, we're supposed to roll feelings?
Did
Oh,
you
this is the
fail?
worst group.
Yo, I'm not joking. I got a 1, a 3, and a 2 with 3 dice. I had to hit
got
a
a
4
3
or
and a
higher.
2.
I just had to hit a 4 or higher.
All right.
I got
good
2
doctor.
4s.
Nice.
Wait, what happened?
I got 2 4s.
Oh, okay, then you got double laser feelings. You get 2
Yes,
questions.
Did. Let's see. What's the fastest way out of here? And where's Melanie?
Okay. The fastest way out of here is probably to try to establish a communication with Weasley again, because he has clearly messed up on getting you back to reality and has somehow gotten you into a cartoon called Rat Morphs. You're also beginning to realize that maybe there's a link between Port Marsh, Harmsport, and Rat Morphs, if you think about the names. And that is also kind of an answer about Melanie.
Oh, same with those letters. A word scramble.
Yes, Ratsmorph. Portsmorph.
Oh, the worst puzzles on that.
Maybe somehow unscrambling these things makes Melanie happy. At any rate, that's what you've put together, and you can share that information now. Those of you that didn't succeed are like,
sharing that.
yeah. The rest of you that still are like really sold on rat morphs are like, you've got to get out there, and fight the evil paper, because paper is out there doing horrible things to people, and you're the rat morphs.
Yes, come on, team. We got to save the day now.
Let's
and
keep
obviously,
it.
Des, this is all a bunch of BS, Des.
Of course, absolutely.
Let's take it, Squeaks E.
Okay. So, 2 of you go tearing off in the Ratmobile, while the other 2 of you are thinking things through.
Trying to unscramble.
So Ratella and Dr. Rats, you're left behind as everybody else goes tearing off on their mission.
But wait! Come back here!
Saving the day.
Well?
Oh,
I'm at a loss. You want a drink?
it's the HMS Raptor.
There you go.
Oh.
She's trying to do something with the HMS Raptor.
Yeah,
What'd
so Port Marsh, Harmsport, and Ratmorphs are all anagrams for HMS Raptor.
Ah.
Nice.
So, and that's what she wants?
Um,
Well, that's what makes
she-
her happy?
Yes, and in fact, a little girl appears, and you two are yourselves again. The rest of you are out like having a crazy kung fu battle. If you're cool with that.
Sounds typical for this group. Hello, Melanie.
Hi. I'm glad that you two are smart enough to figure some things out.
Thanks. I appreciate the compliment.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a puzzle established by an 8-year-old girl, but, good job.
Look, you're not wrong.
So, I understand that you two seem to want to escape the void pretty badly.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want to be part of the void.
Yeah, I think we all want to get out of this.
Do you? Because it looks like, and she turns on a switch in the display on the wall, which is always like a thing in superhero layers, shows like the rest of the group like kicking a whole bunch of butt. She's like, they seem to be having a really good time being rat morphs.
That's because they don't. That's because they're not aware that this is the void.
Mm.
If they knew this was the void and they had their own agency, they would choose not to. I know that for a fact. Even our robot friend. He even though he wants to be human, he wants to have feelings. He would much prefer to be himself than something he isn't.
She looks at you and goes, "So wait, you think the void's bad? Look at how happy they are. What are you guys doing? Like you're the rat morphs. You're saving the day."
Oh, yeah.
Well, the problem is that the void doesn't give us free will. It takes away the choice of self-determination. It is the convenient lie we tell ourselves so that we don't have to feel pain. Like, here's this amazing thing we live in. We don't have to worry about anything anymore. When the reality is not like that. Melanie, I'm sorry whatever happened to you. Whatever Simger, Sozed, I don't know the other guy's name. whatever happened to you and happened to them. This isn't how it's supposed to be.
They're what keeps me alive. You're keeping me alive.
They're doing it the wrong way. The best way to keep someone alive is by keeping the memory, not by this, trapping people in here to give you company. And I'm sorry that you died.
But you'll
It's
be
easy to
happy. If you just let me make you happy, you'll be happy forever.
I'm not happy though.
Look how happy they are. Look how happy. Look at your friend Cree. In her head, she's the captain of spaceship now, and the monitor flickers, and you see Cree, and she's like piloting her own spaceship, and she's giving orders, and she's having the time of her life.
But if
it's I give people purpose. They don't have that in the real world, and
Yes,
then
they
I
do.
get to digest your essence and stay alive. It's nice.
that's the thing. You're killing people. That's bad. You're taking away our free will. That's bad. Just because you died doesn't mean you have to stay around. You can choose to leave the void yourself. There's much more happiness out there for everyone, including yourself, if you were to let go.
No.
It's scary. It's scary. I understand.
I don't.
But sometimes that's just what we need to do is let go. Your parents need to let go. The captain needs to let go of what he did. He needs to forgive himself. Your parents need to forgive themselves.
He's a bad man, and that's why I don't let him in. He's trying to get in, but he's a bad man.
I know he is. But here's the thing. If you let go, he can't get in.
But But what if I let go and he does get in, and then he has the control of the crystals?
Good point. Could you destroy the crystals?
I don't think I've got that kind of power, but maybe you could if you can get to the surface of the planet.
Then let us get to the surface of the planet. Let us go, and we can help you.
Okay.
We can stop the bad man, and we can make sure that you move on peacefully.
Go ahead and roll your feelings, and you're going to get 3d6s on this roll.
Yeah, envoy. That's a laser feelings. 3, 4, and a 6.
Okay. So, I mean, that's 3 successes, so you've definitely dominated. What question would you like to ask?
Where are the crystals on the planet?
The crystals on the planet are in the HMS Piranha.
Okay. If you let us go, Melanie, can you make sure that this the triangles around us are gone? let us in?
Yes, you and that nice boy that I've been talking to on the ship.
He is very nice.
I can help him move them for a very short period of time, but the longer that I keep the protection down, the more likely Sozeb is to take over.
You can trust us. We can get it done.
Okay. Thank you. And all of you are back on the ship now. You all feel the metal triangles fall off of your head. Doctor, your spine is still broken.
Oh.
Sorry, Doctor.
Bye.
We need to go to battle station. Squisher?
Yeah, that's me. Weasley.
Weasley, take us in. We're gonna destroy the Piranha.
Oh, man, I'm gonna get to fly the ship? That's awesome.
Yes.
I'm actually surprisingly good at that, because I'm surprisingly good at everything.
Squisher, you're great at everything for some reason, and that's okay, and I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I like being a Deus Ex Machina and a 15-year-old, you know?
It's weird that you're 15 and doing all this.
Yeah, I know. I think I might be a god. I don't know.
Okay, now calm down. You don't need to have those thoughts.
So we're finally done fighting Dr. Owl and his feathery minions. Finally.
You never were.
I know that.
Don't take the success away from them.
We have real things needed to change. Quickly to the bridge, everybody.
You mean we can't keep it squeaky?
No, but we can blow stuff up.
Oh, I
you guys
do
want to
appreciate
go over
that.
what you were doing as rat morphs really quickly? Because I feel like you guys never really got to play out the rat morph.
I mean, I was the car.
Can I try to fashion some like legs or hovercraft for our doctor? Something like
yes. Go ahead and roll. You've been thinking about this kind of stuff for a while, and you know the doctor could probably assist you.
Yes, I can.
that. Awesome.
So go ahead. First of all, we're gonna have the doctor roll to assist you.
Okay. How many?
One. I mean, you're in the med bay right now. You know what's going on. So go ahead and roll 3d6s.
Sweet.
Oh, look at that. We're back to my crappy uniform in the background.
So I got 2 4s and a 3.
Okay. Well, that's great because isn't your number 4?
Yep.
Cool. So that's 3 successes. And you've got laser feelings freaking twice.
Yes.
Nice.
So what questions would you like to ask me? You get 2.
What do we have to do to destroy the crystals? I think that was our goal once we're on the surface. And then also, what's the quickest, safest way for my spine to get attached or fixed up with this mechanical device that's getting rigged up?
Sure. Well, you do find the ideal place to get your spine hooked back up, and because of that, I'm going to give an extra dice to Dallas when he makes his roll. And you were also asking about the best way to get to the planet, or?
I thought she said that we were supposed to destroy the crystals. Is that what she said?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're destroying the crystals.
So what is the most effective way to destroy the crystals once we find them?
The most effective way to destroy the crystals is probably to get your ship into like the atmosphere and then take it out with your neutron depth charges.
I love it.
Nuke it from orbit.
Great,
Gotcha.
great sci-fi name.
So I'm going to do a quick. So Dallas, first of all, let's roll to do this, and then I'm going to have a quick cut to with the villain because that's how I roll.
Gotcha.
Which you guys can't see, but I feel like we need a villain cut too, right?
Oh
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So Zed.
Am I rolling 2 for?
So you're
lasers?
rolling your lasers, and you actually get to roll 4d6s.
Whoa, Doc. Whoa.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm rolling lasers.
Yeah, you're rolling lasers.
This is the best success of my night. This is 3 3s and a 1.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Doctor, you feel better than ever, and you're like, you're ready to charge out to the bridge.
Cool. Let's do it.
And then we cut to Sozeb, who's like, finally, somebody has finally talked Melanie into relinquishing control. I don't know why this is my lucky day, but it's time to rip a hole in reality. And then I'll be able to connect every part of the universe to every other part of the universe. And my delivery system shall be complete. And there are, like, void crystals, like, drifting around his head as he goes, like, Simgur, engage. And you see Simgur and Smuck, like, pressing buttons. And, yeah, that's ready to go.
Ooh.
Okay, so there's a ticking clock now as the villain has begun to, like, assemble control of the void crystals now that Melanie is let go.
Cool. When I get to the bridge, I'll explain. We just nuke everything from the orbit once we figure out where it is.
Okay.
Works for me.
All right.
Fire the guns.
We need
You
to
may
chart a
fire the
course.
guns when it comes time to fire the guns. The guns,
Thank you.
the guns to like properly charge this up though are down in the engineering bay, so it's probably best for for Lieutenant Blasto and for Vizax to like go down to engineering to get this all set up.
Roger that. Okay.
Meanwhile, the envoy, there's probably not a lot you can do in this situation other than watch. I mean, you can be like, "Yay, go team!"
You can be moral support.
That's true. I
Always
kind of actually
needed.
wanted. I want to do it near the end. I'll
Okay.
I'll pass that by you when we get there.
All right, let me know when the thing happens that you want to do.
Yeah,
Because you got to have your really big moment.
I
right?
did.
Okay.
I did. It'll be very small and hopefully funny.
Cool. Okay, but our hotshot explorer, you know how to do sensors,
And I'll
and the
chart
doctor can
best
probably
course.
help because you're also trying to pinpoint life forms.
Right.
Like,
So, Doctor, we're trying to pinpoint a biometric signal on this entire planet. Point me out to it.
Alrighty.
So, Doctor, you get to roll 2d6s lasers.
A 4 and a 5, so 1. Oh, but it's laser feelings.
But it's laser feelings, so go ahead and ask me a question.
Where is it?
Simple but effective.
Because of asking the question, you do find the spot that is like definitely pulsing the most with the void crystals, and you feel like that's probably where the HMS Piranha is.
Okay.
You have been assisted now. So Zad, go ahead and roll 3d6s lasers.
Gotcha. A 1, a 3, and a 1.
Awesome, that's a major success. You communicate down to the engineering bay. I've got a target. Once we're close enough to get to it, and Weasley says like, "Oh, I'm having a hard time getting through these crystals. Maybe if the engines had a little boost, I bet then I'd be really good at piloting this ship by myself because I'm great at everything."
Are you asking for more power?
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. Blasto, get ready for the blasting for sure. We're about to haul some.
Target acquired.
About to haul. All right. So am I rolling on to boost up some speed?
Yeah, so you're ready. You're boosting up some speed. You
Okay.
have been prepared. You've been like down here, probably like working on a turbo boost for this thing. This whole time. So I'm saying you're an expert. You're prepared.
I got my
and you get a
tools
D6.
around
So,
me.
yeah, so you get 3d6 to like try to give this thing a little extra oomph to get past
All
the
right.
triangle wall.
A little NOS. NOS in here. 1, 3, 5.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. So that's a success.
Hey.
Those of you that are up on the bridge see the triangles turn and point menacingly at the ship as Weasley, with like the extra turbo boost, manages to like get the HMS Raptor right between them. And now there's a clear shot for Lieutenant Blasto.
Okay.
Lieutenant Blasto, you know what? I'm going to let you have 3d6s because you've been preparing to blow up a planet and you're ready to do it.
Waiting for this is so what?
Are you an expert at blowing up planets? I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
You're about to be.
Ooh. All right. That is 1 failure, but 2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes means that you get it done. It's not a major success, so you haven't destroyed the entire planet. It's not a Death Star and Alderaan situation. But we cut back down to the villains on the planet, and Sozeb says, engage. And right when he says it, boom, everything explodes and blood and death, but very politely because it's, TV sci-fi.
Just the sci-fi explosions along the ship.
Yeah. And all of the metal triangles turn into the souls of people as they disappear, free at last from the void.
3.
That's a pretty sight.
All right. We've won.
Wow,
Excellent.
it's surprising
Ensign,
that we actually did that.
Inform the crew.
Inform the crew, we've won.
Right. And the various members of the crew that had been taken over by the void and had little metal triangles on their heads have started coming back too.
Yeah.
Well, the captain's an interesting question, isn't it?
Yes.
Whatever happened to the captain?
And that's when the
Okay.
captain appears on the deck.
Captain on deck?
Everybody turns around to salute him, and he is just there with the milky white eyes. Because he wasn't part of the void, he was something else, you guys.
Oh.
I sedate him.
Okay, try to
That's
sedate
fun
him.
every time.
Phaser.
But we
set
don't
to
know
stun.
if he's something else right now.
If only I was there and could shoot him.
Okay, it sounds like it's up to the doctor to sedate him. Go for it, doctor.
I'm so
You get 2d6s and you're rolling lasers.
yeah, 3 and a 4.
Nice. You,
I love
as though you've been waiting for this your whole life. You jump up, like you grapple the captain. It's like a little brief Star Trek fight, and then you go get it right in the neck, and he passes out, and you get him back down to the med bay.
Nice.
So even though you have managed to take care of the void crystals, the captain is still taken control of by something else. Are other things going to also be after the captain to use his amazing powers as something else? Why did he try to attack you, or did he, or was he just coming up to say, "Oh, hey, I'm fine now. My eyes
We didn't
are
actually.
like,
We
no."
didn't
Just
actually let him
charged him.
speak at
Yeah,
all.
sedate
Everything
first, I
flipped.
guess.
So first, ask questions later.
Yep.
But he's back down in the med pod, and you guys feel like you've really done some successful space adventuring today. Some of you might be regretting not being rat morphs anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty
I'll
bad.
never admit it.
The next game.
You can program the holodeck.
Yeah, you can always program the holographic chamber to replicate anything that you have experienced. Would any of your characters like to use the holographic chamber in order to replicate any of their experiences today? I'm gonna start with Vizax. Vizax, is there anything that you experienced in the void that you'd really like to remember?
He probably felt no more excitement than actually hauling through the desert on pure death machine with the flaming death metal guitar going on in the background. It was a wild ride and a totally new kind of experience for him. But I don't know if he would want to go back to it. Maybe to see what could be what could be made for creativity there. But
yeah. I mean, it gives you a direction for holographic chambers. And we all know nothing bad ever happens in the holographic chamber. It's
Nothing.
always good news in the holographic chamber.
It's perfect.
Zad, out of all of your adventures, is there any part of it that you'd like to remember in the holographic chamber?
Not particularly. I tried to avoid holographic chambers after that incident on Halcyon 6.
Yeah,
It's easy to get. Sorry, but it's
go
easy
ahead.
to get lost in them. And Hannigan never gets lost. Besides, I already knew McCarthy was a dirty commie.
And do you remember that example back in Halcyon 6? And it was probably you that caused everybody to hallucinate the 60s, because you remember, you wanted to experience the McCarthy era, the JFK assassination, and all that, and you really got so into it, you just kind of forgot yourself. Because it was an interesting time to be alive. Okay.
It was. Conspiracies all around. Too bad about the racism, though.
Lots of
do without
racism.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
horrific amount.
Tons of racism. Lieutenant Blasto, do you want to use the holographic chamber for anything?
I think every so often he tries to go back to Port Marsh and like go to the doctor's barbecue and tries to eat, but doesn't quite work.
Never
He's just
works.
like banging hot dogs against his face. I do think though, to get in touch with his feelings, because he definitely still wants to, he does go to Dez's yoga groups. I'm not sure, classes. Is that what it is?
Yeah, sessions.
Right.
Yoga
So he gets his he just does his downward dog, which is very easy for his metal joints. Just super easy. Just clicks him in the face.
Yeah. Also, you tried to do a planking challenge with him once and realized, like 7 hours into it, that there was no way he was going to lose.
I was cut though after that.
Yeah, right.
Meditation's a little trickier. He just sort of, he has to not turn himself off, just sort of sit there.
Yes.
But he tries his best because he wants to get those feelings.
Yeah. I mean, if you hadn't blown up your creator, he might have been able to help. But, he was trying to rip a hole in reality. I mean, for a good reason, because it's easier to run space transports from one end of the galaxy to another if you've made the entirety of reality Swiss cheese. It was gonna save him 5 cents per delivery.
Actually,
Oh, wow, that's a deal.
honestly, that's some good efficiency right there. We shouldn't have done anything. We should just let him have it.
Could have been
Yeah.
Sozeb Prime.
It's a membership you can't escape.
Ask us about our void crystals. We're not saying you have to install a void crystal in your head. It's just the service is better if you do. So
Void
disaster, was the thing, what did you want to say or do? Is this like a thing that you want to wrap the whole show up with? Should I skip over you right now and come back to you?
No, that moment passed. I kind of wanted to hail the piranha, and as we get contact, they blow up.
Oh, fair enough.
I was gonna have like a huge long-winded speech about trying to get him to end his ways, then he just blows up.
Sure. So maybe that's what you're using the holodeck for.
No,
Not
actually,
Not the holodeck, the holographic chamber.
Life is an experience. Life is all about being awesome. I don't need a replication to tell me that. So I just sit down in my quarters with a nice cup of Earl Grey, though I'm sure it was completely messed up. It was definitely not Earl Grey.
The Earl Grey always comes out perfect.
Oh, it does perfect. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the tea dominates. It's if you try to order coffee that it's all messed up.
I probably tried to order a milkshake and I got to him just whatever, this is fine.
As a general rule, the facsimulator likes to make tea. Sometimes it's really hard to get food from the facsimulator.
All man needs is a nice cup of tea.
That's right.
Shit,
There was one episode dedicated to the fact that the facsimulator only made tea and everybody was gradually starving to death.
Trouble with tea.
Indeed. There's one scene where where she opens up an overhead area and a bunch of tea bags fall out on her and she looks at the camera like the trouble with tea. Great episode. Really funny one.
Fantastic.
Great one, yeah.
And finally, Doctor, are you going to use the holographic chamber for anything?
No, I am not. But I will take over one of the shuttle bays because we don't have a shuttle anymore. And I will put down some fake turf and put up a nice little white picket fence and have the facsimile barbecue, and I will give lessons on how to have a great backyard barbecue for anyone who is interested.
Yeah. The facsimulator keeps making English breakfast sausages instead of hot dogs, but
Those are delicious, though.
They are delicious. They still grill.
But you still grill. At first, the facsimulator seems really confused that you want them raw, and you had to like really do a lot of explaining. But yeah, eventually you did get your English breakfast sausages raw, so you could cook them on the grill. Occasionally, Lieutenant Blastow comes down and puts his face on the grill, and you have to like shoo him away.
Yeah.
I'm a real human. No,
I feel pain.
you never do, Blasto. Now I'm imagining him getting like super into trying to feel things.
Oh, you know it.
Okay.
Blast.
Mhm.
So, and we don't have a next on because, the last one was our cliffhanger episode. So, unless anybody else has any business that they want to do, that's Lasers and Feelings, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome, y'all. Good job.
That was
So I hope
great.
you, I
Will
hope you had a
anyone know?
good time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Will anyone
much
know
fun.
what we did here, though?
I mean,
It was
if you
something
tell
else.
people about it, and Weasley has set up an awesome video recording system to, and maybe has become a film producer on top of everything else because Weasley can do every freaking thing.
Yeah.
You could have live streamed it.
Yeah, he was
His own
live
show
streaming
gaming?
everything.
To his 500,000 viewers.
Guys, I live streamed everything that we did. It was pretty awesome. Although, oh man, nope. I just had the diorama cam on the whole time.
Oh no.
Weasley.
And that's why you're an ensign, Weasley.
He's so great at everything, and he's still just an ensign.
Spin-off show.
So that was my one shot. So we're
Excellent, thank you.
doing. It was a
Thank you.
2-shot, really. I hope you all enjoyed the costume changes. They were really
Yeah.
spectacular.
Amazing.
And this is why I think Michael is usually our DM, because I don't know what would be happening if I did like 5 of these. It's like, oh yeah, so this episode all of your heads explode and figure something out. I don't know.
No, it's great. I love it. And we
Thanks.
no, it was super fun. I love this system. I've never even heard of it until you guys brought it to my attention. So
Yeah.
I love these one-page downloadables that we have that are available to us. If you're watching this VOD or watching it live, make sure you can just download the PDF. It's at 17design.com/laserfeelings. You can download basically everything you need to know about how to do this style of game. It's literally one page.
Yeah,
really
so I
don't
guess,
see.
Yeah.
now that we've finished it, I can like let you peek behind the curtain a little bit. So there is a GM chart that's part of this game that I rolled on, and I rolled a threat and got the option of Rogue Captain. I got wants to, and what I got was bond with. I got and I rolled void crystals, which will, and I got rip a hole in reality. So what we were playing out was a rogue captain wants to bond with the void crystals to rip a hole in reality.
Completely randomly rolled. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Great game.
No, it's just solid. It gives you. I mean, it takes the brain work of planning out of it, but it really enhances the creativity of it. So you just go,
Yeah.
I'm just going to be creative, and you just walk in and just have a good time. And I love that kind of system where the game master storyteller gets to just play and have fun. Yeah, those are so great to me. But we did have a redemption of some of the table tokens. And it looks like it's going to be staying on brand here. It's from Dragon Freak 13. And if we know who that is. But if you had the choice to be a dragon, would you choose so?
Yes.
Hell yes.
I mean,
100%.
yeah, that sounds fun.
I think wouldn't it be like what type of dragon though?
I mean, chances are, if I was, and I'm sorry, I'm jumping in line if somebody else wants to go first. I know how I play, so it's kind of like, if I'm playing this unstoppable, awesome thing, right? I'm probably going to be like a gardener, you know, and just be like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I just tend flowers all day. Do you ever breathe fire or anything? Yeah, no, I make flowers. And I encourage the other dragons to not do anything as well. Just nothing wrong with gardening. It's just if you're an awesome fire-breathing dragon, maybe do something else.
You don't need to.
Yeah,
You could be a poison-breathing dragon.
Don't dragon shame my dragon. She's got a garden, you know. She's got things to do.
Oh, that's amazing. Because it was like when you have all the power, I could just do whatever I want, and I want to be a gardener.
Yeah.
I'd probably be some sort of trickster, to be honest.
Aw.
Be a lot of fun.
Well, I
While
think
being
we
very
might
powerful to trick people in really funny ways.
I think we might just get our chance.
What? Is there a dragon game on the horizon?
I don't
just
know.
might
Is
be.
there?
Who knows?
I don't know, but
We got some
feel
stuff.
like we should-
Yeah, we got stuff coming up on the channel. Of course, we're going to try and be here every Tuesday doing something, especially over these summer hours to give some of these other amazing storytellers a chance to take their brain and put it out there for everybody to look at. So there might be something on the horizon. We're just working on what's going on for next week. We are literally keeping this as random as possible and open to anybody that wants to kind of, in our network of amazing humans here in our RPG community, to run something. So make sure and tune in on Tuesdays to do that. But also, seriously, this one, guys, if you're watching this, if you, at any time, go check out Lasers and Feelings. It's just so... I love this. I love this one a lot.
Yeah, it is a fun game.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious from the various things I threw in that I was a big Star Trek nerd when I was a kid. It was back in the days where cable was like 13 channels. And chances are Star Trek was running on one of them.
Yep.
So I really grew up with the original series, not understanding that that's a show that had been filmed like over a decade before. You know, I grew up on Next Generation. I was like the kid that always defended Wesley Crusher back in the day. I was like, no, he's good, you guys, and cute. You know, I was the right age to think he was cute. Okay. It's weird now that I'm older, but like at the time.
Yeah, at the time it was similar age. Yeah.
Wesley Crusher was my boy band. That's a T-shirt now. Okay.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a funny shirt to have.
No, I just think anything that's any sort of borderline sci-fi, this system would really enhances that.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a really good time with this, watching it, and I honestly watched, as a producer on the end, I watched the whole thing. I sat here and ate dinner and watched and did my thing. So it was very entertaining, especially with, I think my favorite was the Barney Fife cop just happened to have a grenade. Out of all the tools, he only carries one bullet for his gun, but he definitely has a grenade. So I found a lot of humor in that.
I liked the delivery of that too. Like, and I pull out this totally normal thing, a hand grenade.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what Michael says.
Of course. That's what he has. So
I do hope that you're having a fun time getting to cut loose a bit as a player too, Michael.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
So super fun.
Yeah, I need this. I need this chance to play. I love it.
Please don't grill your face in our barbecue in real life.
Oh, don't worry.
Well, we're going to go ahead and sign off from being live. We will see you next Tuesday. Make sure and take a peek at what we've been doing on all our other, if you Time to Tabletop does many other things besides this, make sure and take a peek at those and check us out. But until then, pull up a chair and make
time
to tabletop.
Top.
That was solid. All right. Out, guys.
Yeah.
Peace.
Good night, folks.
Bye, buddy.
Stay safe out there. We're still in the pandemic.